It's Week 18 of the National Football League, and we'll see tight end Dawson Knox. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Snowhawks and the Mounties, and it's coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at this Montreal club. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And that's the kind of streak you don't see too often in today's NFL since there's so much parity. So the way they've played has been truly remarkable.
Meanwhile, for our visitors from north of the border, their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a run.
Indeed it was. What a great job by them putting together a streak. Now let's see how they rebound after a defeat.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway here in Montreal. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading them out is their rookie quarterback, the young man from the University of Michigan.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
To throw on the first play, McCarthy. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Facing second and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why don't I just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Here's McCarthy. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. On play action, now McCarthy. That's taken in. It's Xavier Leggett. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards the pickup there.
This is all about finding the open space in the middle of the field. How do you do that? One way is through play action. That's going to freeze those linebackers for just a split second, and sometimes that's all you need. They run a deep in route behind them, and it works to perfection.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Buying time to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Mounties are on the board first here this afternoon. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This now a 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
To the air with McCarthy. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
That one complete to Trey Tucker. And he's brought down. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now McCarthy. Eight yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
We have so many different terms for 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
Off the bootleg, here's McCarthy. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. They'll wind up losing 3 yards there on the play, as that'll lead to a 2nd and goal. They give it to Williams, running right. And he'll be taken down here, as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Second quarter now. Toronto in possession of the football. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Throwing is McCarthy. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. J.J. McCarthy. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Mounties go up by 2 touchdowns.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Snowhawks offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he enters this final weekend of the regular season as the NFL's leader in touchdown passes. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down. They run it again with Williams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now here's Mahomes. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. First and 10. Williams. Trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Williams diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
You think back to 2022 with Detroit, Jamal Williams just unstoppable down near the goal line. 17 rushing touchdowns, 13 of those were from 2 yards or less. He's just an absolute battering ram down in this part of the field, and he finishes off another drive in the end zone.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make our score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Mounties offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Up the middle, it's Williams. A solid stiff arm. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Looking to throw McCarthy. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. McCarthy operating from the gun. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got this down to the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. They work now on 2nd and 9. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner, because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. A give to Williams, running right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Kyron Williams with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's another shot now for the Montreal offense. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Now it's Mahomes. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. 45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Throwing now is Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's caught once again by Gallup. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Mahomes to throw once more. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Mahomes to throw. Touchdown! Dawson Knox. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Snowhawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Mounties offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. And he checks this one down to Williams. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's McCarthy. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. A final shot before break. McCarthy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We saw a fine performance in that first half from the running back, Kyron Williams. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who's out of here with a victory.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The drive will start with an option going left. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave him a couple of second half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. That's pulled in at the 32. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. And he can't find anywhere to go. And he goes down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. It'll be a gain of 5, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 83 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Mahomes now to throw. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bilal Nichols showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. Screen play set up for Williams. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now back to throw. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. Chauncey Golston able to get in there and drop him behind the line. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now receiver in motion left. They'll run it with Williams. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Jamal Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Snowhawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Well, let the natural light of today reflect that he is now getting into the end zone 2 times.
Look at you. You're a little Ralph Waldo Emerson, is that his name?
No, I was just going with the meteorologist. Said it was a day game. I'm here.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. He finds his man complete. That's Ford. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On play action. Now McCarthy. And they get down, but not really takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. To the air with McCarthy. He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On play action, McCarthy. He finds his man complete. That's Ford. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Again, they turn to Ford. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They run with Ford. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Ford diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. But now he appears to be in some pain. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Open man right side is cut complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. An inside give, Brown. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain. He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now here's Mahomes. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. That is not near enough. And now a pause as they tend to an injured player. And, boy, that you got to hope this is minor. That's Patrick Mahomes, who's in some discomfort out there. So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. This is Ford. And running with power here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
That one good for 37 yards.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On the ground, it's Ford. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
That sack courtesy of Jack Campbell.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Now he's got it. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run for it with Ford. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jerome Ford with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Mounties look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Zerline now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Well, the Montreal offense ready to take over now. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
He'll air this one out for Mims.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
2nd and 10.
Off play action, it's Minshew. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there, 1st down. Now Minshew. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
He'll look underneath and finds Brown.
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
Chase Brown.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Snowhawks have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Now McCarthy. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Ford.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ford. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Up the middle they go. Ford might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Eluding the pressure right. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a 1st down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looks like you're exactly right. Looked like a for sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turn. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So for Toronto,
they get that important 10th win.